Top of the morning to you, laddies and lads. Today, we, the Croissant Crusaders, will be talking about a really interesting topic known as gender and religion. So,
Wait,
about
wait,
the
wait,
topic.
wait, 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 wait. This is not the right spot for that. Let's move somewhere else.
Okay, that's much better. Back to what you were saying.
Yes, back to what I was saying before you rudely interrupted me.
Look, I'm sorry, it's not my fault, okay?
You're forgiven. Now, as I was saying before, religion and gender has a very complicated hate-love relationship over time. And it's a very relevant topic in today's society as gender and gender identities are expanding continuously. As we all know, that we used to have only gay and lesbians, bisexuals, but now we also have transgenders, we have transsexuals, we have non-binary, we have a lot of different terms that none of us really understand that well. You and me at least.
Yeah.
But then like a lot of more like Westerners might understand it better than like most Asians, if I may say.
Yeah, that's about right. And gender and religion today is like an extremely relevant topic. Mostly because like in today's world, most of the religions, institutions in the world, whether it be Catholic, Christian, Islam, they're mostly viewed as patriarchal in a way, I guess. Since as you can see, like the Romo and Catholic, for example, are all mostly male. I haven't seen a female Romo in ever actually. For the Muslims, there are some female leaders, but mostly are males, the ones that are referred as ustads. Those are usually the ones that are like generally known by the public. And even though Christian is a bit more free, you still see more male compared to female. So in my opinion, the debate of gender identity and religion is still going on until now. It's like very, very, in a way, what do you call it? Controversial towards each other, towards who's right and who's wrong.
Controversial, at least in today's standard.
Yeah, I mean, it is like that. So today we'll be covering a few highlights, I guess, in a way. So secularization, modernization, and feminism, they're all going to be included in today's discussion. Since, in my opinion, it's important to address those first before we truly understand whether it's gender identity and religion, or if there's any right or wrong between combining any of them, if there's right or wrong to debate between each of them. We have to understand that further first.
Well, just to begin, right? Because we also have some folks at home that might not understand terms like secularization, modernization, or feminism. But I believe like most people would understand feminism.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about the feminism terms that most Twitter users would use or X users would use nowadays. We're talking about feminism that is the true feminism, right?
Gender equality amongst all.
Gender equality amongst all, yes. Now, we also have to cover modernization, which is a concept that explains that time changes and adapts to current social norms and social understandings that people share in between each other, correct?
Correct, that's one thing for sure.
And then secularization is the idea that everyone should be treated equally without religion interfering with their daily lives, correct?
In a way, yeah.
So, to start off the topic, I believe we should cover religion's relationship with secularization and younger people, right?
Those two words, yeah. Also, I'm just realizing something. Our clothes are different. You're wearing striped clothes. Since when is this different?
You just realized?
Yeah, I just realized. Okay, let's move on next, shall we?
Okay, back to a different location. Let's move on to a different topic, shall we? Maybe let's discuss a bit about the history of religion and how it affects it, I think.
So we're going to be talking about how gender and religion has a history together, right?
Yeah, in a way like that.
So if we follow how religion was from back then, we can see that gender followed mostly a patriarchal perspective, right? We can also see this through the example of popes in Christianity leading prayer groups, or what was the one for Muslims?
If I'm not mistaken, it's named ustads for the males, but I don't know most of it, so I'm not gonna put too much take on that one.
Or how about the religious leader that was represented in Christianity, Jesus Christ?
Yeah, he's mostly presented as a male too, as a male figure.
Mostly, or was it entirely?
No, entirely
male?
a male
entirely
figure.
male,
Yeah.
right. So, do we have any other examples of this being shown?
I mean, as in the current right now, the Bible doesn't really show much. All that it shows is that, you know, Jesus' apostles, there's 12 of them, right? There are no females, all of them are males. So that technically puts a rule that, in a way, the males are the ones that are the prayer leaders here, the one who leads the mass people to go somewhere or to follow Jesus Christ. There are no females being the top one because, like, if we take another story, for example, from the creation beginning, if you consider why Adam and Eve were born, Adam was born to take care of the world, like all the animals, all the plants, and everything. He was born to rule over them all. but Eve was born as a partner to Adam. So it may not be said directly, but some people may accidentally infer it as being that women should be the one to serve men in a way, to just be there for men. That's how it works in the religion.
We'll also be mentioning how the Bible itself has a reference in the line. I might not remember the specific line, which you will put in the caption right now.
Yeah.
Women should learn quietly in the presence of men. Is that correct?
In a way, yeah, there is one line like that, but I also do not really understand it.
And to the religious followers that will understand this line, they will mostly view religion as... No, sorry. Magical clap.
That doesn't work, buddy.
It will work. You know how before we were talking about how religion was historically known to be patriarchal?
Yeah.
Which means it is male-dominated, male-orientated, and the men make all the decisions.
True, yeah. But in all honesty with you, without claiming...
Wrong. We should not be transitioning that fast because I did not say...
Okay, fine. You say what?
You went a bit too fast because it would be really But in all honesty, let me talk about this feminist in the future.
Yeah, okay.
So let me transition to that afterwards.
You better stop drinking this before it runs out.
Let's try taking espressos.
Same here.
3, 2, 1.
Kanpai!
He's just gonna be...
Fuck, got that in the video.
Me and Farron on a pool area drinking... What was it again? Blueberry juice. 3, 2, 1.
Kanpai! So for one, where are we? You teleported us somewhere. I don't know where this is.
For 2, that don't matter. Now, as you know before, we were covering how patriarchy is religion's history, right?
Yes.
How religion used to be very patriarchal compared to now.
Yes,
now,
that's
as you know, I did specify compared to now. There are many different people who are changing the views of religion nowadays, right? Take more example, feminist views and feminist fronts that are going against the current religious norms and changing them. But unfortunately, I might not know any specific person in mind. Can you enlighten me on anyone that you might have in mind?
I'm glad you asked. I actually have one person that's actually fighting for the greater good of women within Christianity. There's a person here called Rosemary Radford Luther. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. She is an influential feminist theologian, known for her work on women's issues within the Christian tradition and her advocacy for full humanity of women in theology. Now, what you need to understand is that she's not fighting the patriarchal world of this. She's just trying to give women in Christianity more rights than they usually have now. Probably by using certain phrases or certain texts in the Bible that say this is not how you're supposed to interpret it. This is the wrong part of the interpretation. I know it would be in my opinion, tough to do something like that because the generations have been built on many patriarchal stands. But I think that she would be able to one day achieve this because her way of passive playing and not really super duper aggressive, not radical about everything, is what's gonna get her opinions more boosted in the public eye.
So as a feminist, just to confirm what you just said, right?
Yeah.
As a feminist, she's trying to advocate for religion without having to change the religion itself, but
Yes.
rather expand the rights that other
Yeah,
genders such as
that
women
women
have
have.
access in it. I see. Now, do you think there are other feminists that might be doing this in a more extreme manner compared to some people?
I mean, I wouldn't know the name much. There is one person called Mary Daly. She is mostly a radical feminist here, and her ways of fighting against religion itself is a bit weirder. But so far, I don't have much information on that person. So we'll be covering the context here about who she is, right?
Magical clap.
Okay, so we're in different places again. From all the teleporting here, I'm gonna get on topic here. We're a bit already close to the end of today's podcast for the Croissant Crusaders. So we're gonna ask you guys, the viewers, and him a question about the topic to see if you guys were paying attention. Or at least just leave your opinion down in the comments below, and we'll pick out the best one and pin it. So the question that I'm gonna present to all of you here is that do you think that in today's world, in modern times, will religion be affected by gender identity and the change?
and how is it going to be changing in the future?
Now, I want to believe that religion will change in the future with all the evidence we have, such as modernization and secularization being an effect, right? But right now, if we're focusing mostly on gender, yes, most definitely. Now, modernization is a concept that talks about how people's adapting to new social norms, new technologies being invented, and more factors, right? But if we talk about new social norms, we're gonna have to look at religion itself, not religion, gender itself as a norm, right? We can see that although it's not the majority yet, gender, the LGBTQ, is a minority. We might oversaturate this group as bad in media, but if we look at it as a whole, not everyone is bad in their way of expressing their sexualities, right? I don't believe that religion will start changing like the Church of the Gay, where they will start making fun of other religions. Rather, I believe that religion itself will start changing their values into being more accepting towards other people's values. Not the religion itself changing, because religion is not static, but the way people portray religion will start changing over time.
I mean, yeah, you got a great point there. We also have to understand that secularization to these days are really affecting how people think religion, yeah? I mean, like, it's okay for secularization to exist, but at some point, it will slowly take over the whole concept of religion, to a point where religion might not even be used for any more laws or anything like that, right?
Well, yeah and no, I don't think so. Because if we have to take like in the law of no murder, no wrath, no hitting your friends, although you could argue it's not really a religious origin, but religion themselves do ban these rules, right?
Yeah, they do. Like,
Do we count that as still being part of religious rules or just people's rules?
according to one of the 10 commandments, you know, the 10 commandments? They have a rule that says no stealing, no murder, no wrath. But we also have that rule in general law. So I think instead of like secularization completely zoning out religion, they're gonna take the parts of religion and infuse it with human morality, you know, to make more sense towards people, to preserve human rights, but at the same time still preserve religious values. So that would be topping everything off in this topic, or would there be anything else you want to say?
You know, dogs, they're kind of cool.
Wait, what?
But I don't think dogs will go to heaven, you know?
But since when dogs? What?
Well, think about this. Dogs is not a creation of God.
Okay, you're a bit drunk.
No, hear me out on this.
No. Okay.
God is not a creation.
Wait.
Dogs are not
Wait,
a
wait,
creation.
wait.
Wait, what?
You're going out topic.
You're too tall.
That'll be all for us today. Thank you very much for everything, and see you next time. Why?
What do we?
So we're gonna continue the discussion with the. Fuck you! I haven't recorded.
I'm gonna question. Very.
It's not recording. The audio is not recording.
I told you we're recording. God damn it! I was recording.